Mr. Book It.
Welcome to Book It, a wrestling podcast for the fans, by the fans, where we book, rebook, and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your commissioner, Lil X Fudge, and today we're here with your GMs, Damone D Money,
Book It,
and Hi-Fi Mike.
Party on, Garth.
As you notice, things look a little different this week. We have a few less faces, but that's okay. We're taking a little bit of a pause on some Book It verse. We'll be back very, very soon. And we are going to kind of revisit some past history. Because there's some bones to pick with the way that WWE has booked things and currently books things, some could say. And what some of their biggest blunders are centered. What?
Who would have thunk? I said John has a bone to pick with WWE. Who would have thunk?
Who'd have thunk it? I know. But these ones aren't exclusive to me. And they also don't involve, like, Brock Lesnar somehow. These are universal what ifs and things gone wrong, particularly centered around the Money in the Bank briefcase. Money in the Bank's like a fantastic idea that's mostly created great moments, but there is some that have left us scratching our heads for decades. And this week, we want to take a look at three that still probably make you angry to this day. D-Money, which ones are those again?
Those are Mr. Kennedy losing his to Edge and then Edge cashing in. Damien Sandow losing his cash in on John Cena, and Austin Theory cashing in on the United States Championship.
Oh, that one was diabolical. Yeah, so do we just want to go in chronological order with these?
Yeah, that's fine. We can start with Mr. Kennedy.
Okay, so before we start writing our rebook of the scenario, we must first revisit the storyline. So that goes back to WrestleMania 23. This is probably my favorite WrestleMania ever, or at least one of the top three. I love this show. And this particular Money in the Bank ladder match was awesome. Mr. Kennedy won, which wasn't my first choice, but it wasn't a choice I was mad at. I feel like many people felt the same way. Like nobody was mad at Mr. Kennedy won.
He was super over, even as a
yeah. Doing great work, beating 6 world champions. So he was like well on the path. Got put over by The Undertaker on SmackDown. Like he was running through the top of the card. And he wins Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 23. And you'd think that this is like a straight upward trajectory, and like it wasn't. So let's go into it. So we know some backstage gobbledygook now that apparently he had a match on Raw with Randy Orton, and Randy Orton got hurt, and Randy Orton went to Daddy Vince and said, "This guy's got to go." And though Kennedy going was
that's why he got fired. But the cash in, him losing the briefcase wasn't that.
Was it not?
He lost the he lost the briefcase because there was a misdiagnosed arm injury. So they told him, the doctors told him that he tore his tricep, which is going to keep him out of action for 7 to 8 months. So they were like, "Hey, you're to be gone for a while. You kind of need the briefcase back." So they had Edge beat him to get the briefcase, then take it off Mr. Kennedy, and then it turned out Mr. Kennedy, he was not actually injured like that. He didn't need to be out. So they misdiagnosed him, took the briefcase, and then it was too late to give it back.
Oh, I thought that was the Randy Orton thing this whole time. So that just lost him his job, because I knew it was a few years later that he got fired.
I
thought that Randy Orton had to do with the loss of his push.
No, WWE doctors fucked up.
And it's crazy that they never did anything for him again after that.
Yeah,
Like, he never got a second chance.
yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that he lost it because the doctors messed up. I wonder if it's the same doctors who messed up with Punk.
Yeah, Dr. Z-Pack did that. That would be crazy
Probably.
work.
I feel like
So,
once you're a WWE doctor, you're probably a WWE doctor for like life. Actually, I think you are because I think like I watched the steroid trial of Dark Side of the Ring, and like they had the same lawyer from back then still as their lawyer, one of their lawyers. So they probably still use the same doctors.
we need to kind of push the storyline back into place, unlike Mr. Kennedy's arm. So we know after WrestleMania 23 that John Cena and The Undertaker walked out with the world titles that really mattered. You could bring up Bobby Lashley's ECW title, but I don't think he's going to go
No,
cash that in.
no, that feels
So
also like cheap.
yeah,
I, I don't really count that ECW title as a world title at that point.
I count it as a world title, but it's definitely the least prestigious one. So I'm gonna start our writing process with Mr. Kennedy with who is he gonna cash in on?
Also, one thing is it's got to be the Undertaker because part of the reason
Mm.
they also rushed the switch is because Undertaker was legitimately hurt and they needed to get the title off of Undertaker. So in the process, it realistically, Mr. Kennedy probably, if they don't misdiagnose him, cashes in on Undertaker and gets Edge's spot.
Yeah, and
Well,
one is left to wonder. Do you think like without that second cash in, that does that hurt Edge's like whole opportunist gimmick at all?
no, because he can have him do other things that he's like opportunistic on, like he cheats to win, or like there's different ways he could be an opportunist. It doesn't necessarily need a double cash in. The
Yeah.
double cash in obviously helps and sells the whole ultimate opportunist thing that he took advantage of Kennedy's situation, but
Mm.
it's not a necessary thing because he was already established as the ultimate opportunist, especially with him
Mm.
being the first to cash in the Money in the Bank on John Cena after like Elimination Chamber because it was like he can do that. That's allowed.
Yeah. So, Mr. Kennedy, we're going to be cashing in on Undertaker, and unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of room to move on this one. So I feel like something necessary for us to kind of even rewrite this one is to know how Edge did it, like, because that's probably a bit, I won't say cut and paste, but we got to know what set up, like how they booked Undertaker's injury and how we can slot Mr. Kennedy in. So Edge, we'll say one.
Undertaker had a okay, so I remember this. So Undertaker had a brutal steel cage match against Batista, and then Mark Henry returned and beat the crap out of Undertaker. And then Edge took the briefcase, attacked Undertaker, hit two spears, and won the title.
So wait, because I'm seeing right now Mark Henry attacking the Undertaker and watching Edge's cash in May 11th,
Yeah,
2007. So
yeah,
we're
yep.
almost
May
like
11th,
19 years from that.
2007. Yep.
So like Undertaker's
But
like
yeah,
got the shit beat
so
out
he
by
still
Mark
has
Henry.
him. Yeah, I remember that because it's when they used to like, and thankfully they changed it, but they were calling him like a silverback gorilla. It's like,
Yeah.
and Mark Henry's like, he told Vince like, "You're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore."
Yeah, here comes Edge cash in.
I think that might be the one where what's his face, Mark Henry like breaks the chain. I'm pretty sure it is where Mark Henry breaks the chain off the door And then
It's really
just
funny also
dog
because
walks the Undertaker.
Ed just struggling to get his coat off because he's in such a rush.
Yeah.
So I'm watching this one now. Like I think refs are like shoot talking here. Ed just waiting for Undertaker to even try to get up. Taker does give us a false kick out. Taker's bloody as shit. Edge is going for another spear. Got him.
These spears are so shitty. Edge, if you're listening to this, stop. Or Adam Copeland now. Stop using the spear finisher.
It's too late, bro.
You've been using the same finisher for like 30 years, and you've hit it like good twice in that time period. So I think. So do you think we still have Batista? They do the Batista versus.
Well, I'm not sure if the Batista thing happened. I'm just seeing the Mark Henry thing.
It was in a cage, right?
I'm not seeing a cage.
Oh, maybe AI is wrong.
Hold up. I'm gonna look up the episode of SmackDown. We gotta do some research. May 11th, 2007. SmackDown. Okay. So. Oh no, you're right. The cage match did happen. Yeah. So Batista Undertaker cage match ends in a draw. After 23 minutes, Edge defeated the Undertaker.
Draw?
Yeah, it ended in a draw.
Yuck. Well, I get it. You want to protect Undertaker and Batista, but
I bet that match is a fucking banger.
It probably was, but how does the cage match end in a draw? Unless they both.
I want to go back and watch that
at the same time.
Yeah, I want to go back and watch that cage match now.
SmackDown was cooking so much back then. So I think
also shows me that I was not cooking on Book It verse 1 because I literally booked one of my pay-per-view 7 Undertaker Batista cage match like that shit ain't already happened.
Yeah, it definitely happened. Like they were
2021 John. Like
they were feuding a lot back then.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of rehashing it, but I didn't know that they had already had a cage match, which I should because I probably watched that episode as a kid.
Yeah, I definitely remember that episode. Mark Henry.
I'm gonna watch that cage match
off and just beats the crap out of Undertaker. So I think you can still have that stuff happen.
Okay.
Instead of Edge coming out. Do you want to share your screen, by the way? Instead of Edge coming out, we hear Mr. Kennedy. Also, Mr. Kennedy is hit so much harder than Mr. Anderson. Like, I get why he can't be Mr. Kennedy in TNA, but so yeah.
I just love that they named him Ken Kennedy, so it was Kennedy. That's peak. What a stupid ass gimmick that they got to work. Love it.
Oh yeah, the whole thing, presentation of him getting in the ring, having the mic come down with the spotlight on him, and then doing his own entrance.
It was peak.
Yeah,
and his ring work backed that up every time too. That's the thing. Like the fact that Orton of all people, and I'm not saying Orton's like a shit in ring worker, but I don't think 2009-10 Randy Orton is holding a fucking candle to Mr. Kennedy's ring work. And he's like, "Oh, this guy fucking sucks. Get him fired."
I think it was because didn't he hurt on Edge? Like, wasn't it the backdrop where it happened?
It was. He hurt Orton a little bit. Like he gave Orton a light injury, I think.
Yeah, I think he did I think it was the backdrop, and he landed on his shoulder. And Randy's always had or has had shoulder issues for a while. And I think he injured his shoulder, and then that's when he lost his shit. Also, this is when Orton was kind of being a dickhead still, because he he'd yell. Same with the Kofi thing, him yelling at Kofi mid match for fucking something up.
Yeah.
completely
Fuck
derailed
Randy
Kofi's
Orton. But
push.
like his ring work at the time was not holding the fucking candle to Mr. Kennedy. I'm sorry. Kennedy's bag was deep. So not Taker. I said it like Teddy Long. Taker Batista cage match still happens as normal.
Still happens.
Mark Henry assault still happens.
Yeah, Mark Henry assault still happens.
The only thing here is that Kennedy does not have a very repeatable finisher like Edge does. So I think the first finisher is going to do it for Kennedy.
Finisher. Yeah.
Because Edge had to hit like
Edge
2 or 3 spears.
Right. And since Edge had already been like a world champion, I think the moment of Mr. Kennedy hitting a Green Bay plunge, right?
Well, Green Bay plunge, you have to do it from the top rope with
it's a swanton bomb, right?
He's gonna hit the Kenton in this case because
or the mic check, you mean?
Mic check was the Kenton.
Well, the Kenton was the Samoan or the swanton bomb.
Yeah.
And then the mic check is the other isn't it a what's it called? Drawing the blank on what it's called. Where you pull the person down with you, face first. Like a flatliner.
I'm not sure if he was doing that yet. Let me check. So I know he was doing the Green Bay plunge on smaller guys, but Taker was already knocked out. So he couldn't have hit a Green Bay plunge realistically. So mic check, a reverse STO was his primary finisher.
Yeah.
But I don't know when
even
he started
if he wasn't using
that.
it, but even if he wasn't using it before, this could be the first time he uses it and uses it to win the world title. That would get a crazy pop.
Well, the thing is that that is also a move that requires Undertaker getting up, if that makes sense.
Well,
okay, the spear does too.
Right, yeah. So you can do the same thing where you have Undertaker slowly, or not Edge, Mr. Kennedy's waiting for Undertaker, patiently waiting. Undertaker manages to get up, hits the mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mr. Kennedy's your new world champion. And like you said, I think it means more for him to hit one finisher and win as opposed to Edge needing 2 or 3. And I don't think that really hurts the Undertaker at all. It's the Undertaker.
Yeah.
He'll die and come back in 6 months.
I don't like the mic check near as much as the other ones. Just watching footage of it right now. But so we'll say that he wins it with a mic check.
It's just an easier finish to have him do.
Yeah, I just figured the Kenton because Undertaker's already laying down. You just go to the top, hit it, and pin him. Mic check. Pin. That's for cash in.
Okay. So then,
honestly, Kennedy can feud with Batista after this, maybe.
Yeah, because Batista. That's what I was gonna say. He can feud with Batista and Mark Henry, because Mark Henry can say, "Well, I'm the reason you won, because he attacked Undertaker. He's the one who actually took out Undertaker." Batista has a gripe because the match ended in a draw. So you can start a 3-way feud between Batista as a babyface, Mark Henry as a heel. Because he was starting to, I think he was right after this, I think he does the Hall of Pain or super close to it. And then you can have Mr. Kennedy as a tweener where he's still does cheating and all that stuff, but he's over with enough with the fans that he's liked.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then that sets up, and I would say he wins those feud. Well, he wins the feud with Batista, and then he can lose it with Mark Henry to establish Mark Henry and go into the Hall of Pain stuff. but then he can stick around and still be feuding for that title for the foreseeable future. Also, it keeps him off of Raw, so he doesn't end up doing the backdrop or the back suplex on Orton and getting fired.
There we go. I think that solves all
We
of our
saved his
problems,
job.
Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, we saved Mr. Kennedy's job, got him the world title.
All right. So our next spot on the time machine is to Damien Sandow. Right?
Poor Damien, yeah.
Damien, and then our sorry, I don't know why I mixed up our last one. Last one is Austin Theory. Okay. So Damien Sandow, I feel like I know the least about the landscape of the company at the time, but I know he's cashing in on Cena. How did he cash in?
I think Cena had a match before, and then he came out and was like, "We're having a match right now," and they had like a legitimate match.
Oh, he didn't even try to do like underhanded. He just did like a fucking match.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it was like I'm seeing the video of it. It's like 17 minutes, so like it's like a legit segment.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he has
watch
like
a
a
little bit of tape
legitimate match
on it as I watch it.
You're fine.
So they're cutting a promo. Sandow's kind of talking. Sandow cheap shot Cena. So yeah, he hits him with the briefcase before cashing in, so he gets an advantage on him. He hit him again, so he's hitting him 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's hit him 10 times the briefcase. That would have you on red in SmackDown versus Raw. Like,
and then he also uses a steel chair, like,
well, he's using the turnbuckle right now. He's like fucking up his shoulder on the turnbuckle. No, he's getting like a big assault in before the match, and they're having him lose after this.
Yes.
Yeah.
When Cena would have been perfectly protected.
Yeah.
Like this is like textbook like how you protect Cena on the cash in.
So the reason that they had the cash in fail is because, for context, is like a month or two later, they unified the world heavyweight title with the WWE title. They did the Orton, Cena, both have cash fighting for the unified title when they undisputed, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to put it on Damien because they didn't see him. They weren't sure if they could trust him as a main eventer yet, which is dumb because an easy way to make someone a main eventer. Well, don't give him the briefcase, or if you give him the briefcase, let him cash in and see how it goes. He could have cashed in and then lost it the very next week.
Yeah,
when Cena was
it is believable for Cena to get another reign in.
Did he have time after? Could he have just waited to cash in till after that unifying?
When did the unifying happen? So it was July. So I'm pretty sure.
So, yes.
Because I think it was back when they were still doing Money in the Bank at Mania. No, that wouldn't have been. But I'm pretty sure he still had time to cash in.
I thought it was its own at that point.
Or no, Sandow beat the shit out of him.
So I was wrong. So Sandow won it in July, and then he cashed in October. So he still had plenty of time to cash in later. So they could have just let him hold on to it and cashed in later. But I think the thing is, even if he held on to it, he was probably still going to lose the cash in because they didn't know if they were going to make him a main eventer, which again was stupid. Don't give him the briefcase in that case. So I think for this one, we have two. We could do one of two things. We could say there is no unification match after the cash in, or we do the unification match with Damien Sandow versus Randy Orton instead of Cena versus Randy Orton for the 45th time.
That is a lame ass counter to win too. Like Sandow went for like a pile driver, and then Cena just hit his feet right into AA. Not very smoothly
1, 2,
either.
3.
Yeah,
Yep.
that sucks.
Yeah, this is why this is one of the most hated failed cash-ins.
Yeah, that's like peak Super Cena because I'm telling you, most of this like 17-minute video is Sandow beating the shit out of him before the match.
Right.
So it actually wasn't even a very long match. It was just a really long beatdown.
Right.
Which means that's even more reason for Sandow to win it.
Right, because now he looks goofy as hell. You beat the hell out of him for 17 minutes.
10 briefcase shots, shoulder to the turnbuckle post, thrown into the barricade, thrown into the steps, arm put on the steel steps, hit with a steel chair, and attacked in the ring, and he still loses the match clean.
Yeah, that's insane.
That is fucking crazy.
Saying, Mike?
I would say they did make him pretty goofy towards the end there.
Well, this is before that.
No, that's what I'm saying. After this, it was all downhill anyways.
Well, yeah. After this, yeah, he became he never recovered. Well,
they knew that it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say the closest he came to recovering was being the Miz's.
Yeah, Mizdow was amazing. I loved Mizdow.
Yeah.
The thing is, he didn't even win that feud. The Miz won that feud.
Yeah, but it wasn't about the feud. It was about everything else.
Well, then after Mizdow, they didn't really have anything to do for him.
No. Then I think that they tried to put him back on his smart person gimmick, right? And then they bounced them.
I don't know if they put him back on the smart person gimmick, but he got bounced pretty quick. Like he was gone pretty quick after.
I thought that they put him back on it, but I don't know. Oh yeah, forgot about that.
He went to TNA. Well, it was when TNA was like really, really bad, and like everyone thought, okay, they're dying for real.
Yeah, I mean, we always thought they were dying. Now they're actually thriving, which is wild.
Thriving is a stretch,
for TNA.
For TNA, true.
For TNA, they're thriving.
TNA. That's true. So do we? So I say that we still do the beatdown and stuff. Like he still beats down John Cena with the chair shots and everything.
Does he do it at the same time in history?
I don't think that he cashes in then. I think he just does a beatdown.
We could push it back.
I say we save the cash until after the unifying.
The unification. So Cena still wins the unification. So Cena unifies the WWE and the World Heavyweight title into one. Well, it's when he's carrying both. But he unifies the titles. And then maybe Orton hurts him during the match. And then Sandow comes out and then he cashes in it.
Yeah. Perfect.
So we're saying that he's cashing in during the unification match?
No, after. Like the night right after, like the Raw after.
The Raw after.
Yeah. So Cena unifies him. He comes out and he's talking, whatever, celebrating. Sandow interrupts him.
And the beatdown happens as it did.
The beatdown happens as it did. And you can even commentary can play into the fact that Orton the night before really did a number on Cena's shoulder. So that's why Sandow, being the intellectual genius that he was, targeted the shoulder. So then he beats him down. What was Sandow's finisher?
That is crazy that we have to ask that. But we kind of did with Kennedy too.
I at least knew I knew what his were, but
I don't remember.
His signature or finisher is kind of
I'm watching right
ass.
now.
As Damien Sandow, the Silencer, which is an arm trap, sit outside slam. Terminus, which is a straight jacket neck breaker. You're Welcome, which is a falling full Nelson slam.
Basically, the Colossus that Jinder Mahal does.
Yeah. Is that the Silencer?
No, that's the. Oh, yes, it is Silencer.
Okay. So he hits, which makes sense though, because it plays into the arm thing too. Because Cena's landing on his arm in that move. Because he has the arm trap. So that makes sense and plays into the shoulder injury. So he hits the Silencer to beat Cena. You can even have Cena kick out of one, and then he beats him on the second one. So he's still Super Cena-ing it, but he can't quite do it. Damien has the kryptonite.
If I go crazy,
Ooh.
you feel called
That one's pretty solid.
man.
I think the Austin Theory
him
one's
and-
going to be the hardest.
Yeah. Well, then I was gonna say for the Sandow, then him and Cena can feud over the next like couple weeks, and then if they really aren't, if it's not working, or they don't want to keep Sandow being undisputed champion, they can have Cena win the title back.
Yeah.
But then now it kind of establishes Sandow as a threat, as a main eventer. Sorry, we don't get Ms. Dow or Austin Theory dressing
we'll
up
figure
like
it out. We'll throw Miz in there
Macho
somewhere.
Man.
We'll figure it out. No, you definitely need him as a fucking Macho Man. That was before we hated Hogan too. So there was who did he do that
Curtis
with?
Axel as Hogan.
Oh, I loved that. That was so fun. And then the whole thing came out and
it was the meta. They were the meta powers.
It was like just right before everything blew up.
Yep, and then we realized that that Hulk Hogan was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So
fuck Hulk Hogan.
I think that's a good wrap up for that one. So last but not least, Austin Theory.
This one's gonna be hard because he was in a fucked situation, like in so many levels. Like there was like this weird like will they won't they with Triple H taking over creative, but Vince was like Theory was Vince's boy. There's that. There's like that they shortened his name to just Theory at the time because of like, granted, what seemed like a false allegation on him.
It's also when they were just shortening everyone's names.
Yeah, but the other person they did it to was Matt Riddle, so it was just like, yeah, not good. They did it to Andrade too, I guess.
Yeah, Vince was just shortening everyone's names.
But so this is during Seth Rollins' reign, like one of his reigns, right? Wait, no, Seth was U.S. champion.
No,
we're not having him cash in on the U.S. title anymore, right?
Yeah, that's who. No, he's not cashing in on the U.S. title. That's who he actually cashed in on. He cashed in on Seth and lost by DQ. A lot of the like more recent cash-in fails are all by DQ, by the way. Or not all of them, but a lot of them are, which is dumb.
Who's world champions at this point?
Title. It would have been Brock and Roman, because it leads to Brock versus
of course,
Roman.
Nothing can interfere with that dog shit ass pairing that they were obsessed with.
Yeah,
it does involve Brock. My gripes with WWE always find a way to go back to Brock.
Yeah, it was when they were unifying the titles, they were going to unify the titles at Mania when they had that really bad Mania match. They've only had one good match in the 84 times they faced each other.
Yeah. And it was the time where
But
like
yeah.
Brock left the company because Vince did, which we found out was for futurely obvious reasons, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they
because I
Triple H
remember the
begged him to
reporting
come
was that
back.
like yeah, I remember the reporting was like he was so mad that Vince was gone, he was quitting. In actuality, we know why he was leaving at the same time. And yeah, it's during Romans. It's during the however 1400 days or whatever. So I think we don't have the unification match at all. There's no unification match.
I don't think we
Roman can
have Brock win
feud.
that fucking Royal Rumble at all. We just take that title in an entirely different direction. Like,
Yeah, you can do that.
do
Or
we
I was
ever
gonna
need to
say you
have
can
Bobby
have.
Lashley lose that title?
I don't like Bobby Lashley, so I'm the wrong person to
Yeah,
ask.
I also don't like
But
Bobby Lashley, so
I like him a lot more than Brock.
they're both ass to me.
yeah, I
But I'm
mean
trying to think
Brock's
of
an
who would have
asshole,
been.
but
I'm
It
trying to
could
think
be
of who
on
would
Drew
have been.
McIntyre because him and Lashley were tossing the title back and forth.
So I'm assuming Theory's staying a heel here, right?
Yes.
So I think Bobby would make them. Or no, Bobby was a heel, right? Because it was her business.
yeah.
Bobby, right? It would have been her business.
But he was a babyface in the feud with Brock.
So yeah, he's the babyface here. So he can. Yeah, I say Bobby Lashley doesn't lose the title. He stays champion. Someone else can cash in. Someone else wins the Royal Rumble. Take your pick.
I don't know.
Seth already did a million times.
Zayn.
I'm trying to think of who back then.
Kevin
This time I would have
Owens.
said Matt Riddle because I don't know. No, he had already got his shit going on. 2022, Cody wasn't there yet.
Roman Reigns.
Seth was still doing the heel thing. Kevin Owens had lost to Roman 20 times. Dolph was like jobbing at this point, or he was doing dirty dogs.
I think he was jobbing at that point. It doesn't really matter. It could be anyone, honestly, because they're not involved in this. You could do like Kevin Owens. He gets one more shot at Roman.
I was just gonna say Drew, just so we can get the hope of the COVID thing getting redeemed.
Sure, Drew.
Thank you.
Drew.
I'd rather
Drew wins Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank or
not Money in the Bank, the Royal Rumble.
Beh.
So it's Drew versus Roman at the Royal Rumble. Drew is so boring.
I find Drew so boring.
Terrible take.
No, I find him just big and boring.
Horrible.
Drew's a baller. From NXT onward, Drew was a baller.
Fucking Cassius Ohno. He was boring as shit too.
Hey, we fuck with Matt Hero.
Cassius Ohno is crazy. That's wild. Cassius Ohno was not. He was losing. He was losing every match. He was a jobber, but he was putting on bangers.
He was boring.
He was a guaranteed 15-minute good match against the next NXT star they were building up.
Right. He was putting on bangers. Like, you knew he was losing, but he was putting on some fire matches. We're not doing that.
Like his match with Velveteen Dream to put on the match. God, Velveteen Dream's NXT catalog is so fucking deep. I hate that he's a fucking diddler. Fuck him.
Yeah, he ruined it. He threw it all away.
That guy has so many special matches for fucking what now?
The gimmick was fire. All of it was fire.
That should have been an all-time wrestler. I'm mad now. Yeah. Just I remember that guy exists and I'm fucking mad.
You threw it
2020 sucks.
Now he's just
not just for the pandemic, not just for like the political turmoil, but also because we found out so many wrestlers that we thought were the next star were pieces of shit. Like
Marty.
Like what? Why did Matt Riddle and like Velveteen Dream have to become pieces of shit? Those should have been like fucking stars in WWE.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Velveteen Dream versus Obafemi with a hit.
God, just those two facing off in a world title scene would have fed families.
You really would have.
Crazy that they
But back
fed
to
that.
Theory.
Sorry.
So
Fuck 2020.
Lashley. So Lashley retains the world. Would have been the World Heavyweight Championship. Or no, it would have been the WWE because Roman would have had the Universal. So
Yeah.
Lashley retains the WWE title. Theory. When do we
At
want
Mania?
Theory to cash in though? You want to have him cash in at Mania?
Well, I was saying, does Lashley beat Drew at Mania, or do we stop that from even getting there?
Well, I thought we were gonna have Drew face Roman, but Drew versus Lashley works too.
Well, Drew and Lashley have been feuding all through COVID.
Yeah, true. Lashley wins. Yeah, he wins it. He retains the title at Mania.
Okay.
Or Roman's doing whatever on SmackDown.
Yeah, Roman don't matter here. We're keeping the brand split here. Like, okay, so we got Lashley beats Drew. We maintain our brand split. So
Does
when
Theory
will
get a match
Theory
at
cash
Mania?
in? Because Theory won't have long after this. Because like at this time, they were doing the Money in the Bank pay-per-view at like in May.
Yeah, it was super close.
Why don't you
So he either needs to do it at Mania or close after.
When does Lashley win this title?
He had already
Drew
had it for a while.
Like him and Drew were like hot potatoing it for a few
Through
months.
COVID, basically.
I mean, I don't know. You would think he just.
We could have. I was gonna say, well, the Drew Lashley thing ends, so then we could have Theory or Drew starts a feud with someone else.
Yeah,
Or
Drew
not
fucks
Drew,
off.
Lashley starts feuding with. Oh, I was gonna say a returning Brock, but I don't really want that. It's gross.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I'm trying to think of who Lashley could feud with back then. Braun
He
Strowman.
Lashley
Lashley feuds with Braun Strowman.
He could have done Matt Riddle at that point.
Yeah, Lashley feuds with a heel Braun Strowman. And they have a match at Backlash for the title, which Lashley retains the title. But after the match, Braun beats the crap out of him. Like he hits 4 running suplex, or not running suplex, running power slams.
Let's say one on an announce table.
Yeah, went through the announce table too. Also, I was gonna say, I don't know if Theory can get Bobby up for ataxia.
Theory's really strong and big, like on the low. He could do it. Like he's not like a cruiserweight. He just moves like one.
Yeah. It's crazy. He's only 28.
Yeah, he's younger than me.
Old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so after like Lashley leaves or Lashley, Braun fucks off to the back, pissed that he lost, and then Austin Theory's music hits. And Theory runs down to the ring with the briefcase.
How does he follow that up? Just his finisher and go?
I would say he hits him with like Lashley's trying to get up to his feet, and he blasts him with the briefcase. You gotta always have him. Yeah, when it's especially when it's a heel, you just let him start blasting.
Just start blasting. Skeet.
So he hits him with the briefcase as he gets up.
Yep. And then he hits he hits Ataxia. He goes for the pin. Lashley kicks out at 2.999.
And does he hit it again?
He hits it again. Or he goes to hit it again. Lashley overpowers him, and he looks like he's gonna manage to like counter it, but his injured knee gives out. And then Theory hits Ataxia again for the 1, 2, 3. Also, for this, I'm retconning that they don't have Austin Theory with Vince McMahon at all. We don't get any of that bullshit. So I think that hurt him it hurt him as much as it did losing the cash in. I think they both really, really hampered.
Yeah, and then the bad Cena match too. It was just blow after blow that he couldn't escape. And if he's world champion, maybe he doesn't even need to work Cena at that point.
Right. And also the Cena thing, it's hard to say. Was it a bad match because Cena was washed? Was it just they didn't have any chemistry? It's hard to say, especially because the beginning of Cena's most recent or his last run, during the heel run, he was wrestling bad matches, but that was on purpose. So I don't know, but you could have them do, or you could even do the Cena match after this. You could have like Theory being a contender or whatever, and then in the future you could do the Cena match, and at that point Theory's established. So it's not just like he's the young kid trying to prove
he's not Vince's project anymore.
Right. Yeah. He's not Vince's project. I think being connected to Vince hurt him a lot because now it was like, oh, he's Vince's boy and we all hate Vince. So now it hurt him. And he's just now starting to pick steam back up with being in the Vision.
Yeah. I liked the Grayson Waller pairing though.
I did too. A-Town Down Under was fun.
They just weakened it too much at the end.
Yeah, they were just jobbing at the end. And then they just like broke up. I also wonder what they do with Grayson Waller now. So we'll see.
Ooh. Probably that. I love how like Kennedy's situation was the situation was good. It's just like backstage shit fucked him. You just take out Edge, swap in Kennedy, we keep everything the exact same.
If it happened, if the injury happened a week later, he would have been world champion at the time.
Like,
or they just don't fuck with the diagnosis.
Yeah, Sandow's was just like we need to change when he did it and kind of get around this weird unification stuff and just give it a chance and get the doubt. Theories, we had to change so much of what happened to even build a landscape where Theory could succeed, because like nothing about Theory's failed cash in or even they were booked into so many corners because the booking was just so bad in 2022.
Yeah, because They were doing the unification, so you weren't going to do Theory versus Brock. You also weren't going to have Theory beat Roman because Roman was in the middle of like the bloodline stuff before it was pre-Solo and stuff too. So it was still when it was just like him and the Usos. So there's no way Theory was cashing in on them. And then he was just booked into a corner. They gave it to him too soon.
Yeah, we just need to talk about how as a wrestling community, and this is my hot take of the day. I have many, but here's one. Everybody's like is quick to talk about like 2019 WWE is bad, and it was. But I still think it is better than 2022 or 2017. I think those are both infinitely worse years for WWE. 2022 is special.
I'd have to look back at what was going on in 2022.
Well, all of this shit, like, you know, the
true.
Like look at all the things we had to do to get one guy to cash in a fucking briefcase because the layers of muck that they had. Also, how not deep the main event scene was, because I don't even know if Drew was still feuding with Lashley at this point, because it's like well after COVID. Like Lashley was fine. I liked him. I know Big E was around. Big E was what they ruined to give us Brock back. So we could have even put Big E somewhere in this, honestly.
It tracks also that you would hate this year because Ronda Rousey and Brock won the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, no, that was when I boycotted. Like I literally didn't watch WWE from then all the way till Mania 40, and just as I had like kind of rebuilt hope back up, we make it to SummerSlam this past year. There we go. No, 2022 is the drizzling shits. It's worse than 2019. At least 2019, we had Kofi Mania, what I thought was a good though misbooked run. Like every match Kofi had was banging. Seth's win was really good. His reign sucked. But like,
I also think this is when they did the Bianca was long, like had the SummerSlam incident.
Yeah. No, 2022 was fucking awful.
That was not good.
This is worse than 2019.
It ended well, but also I have a hot take about Money in the Bank in general. I will continue to think that Money in the Bank should be a continual thing. It should be a once a year. It happens and then it just goes away. It should be there's a Money in the Bank winner. If they win the briefcase, they cash it in. Then we do another Money in the Bank match, so there's a new Money in the Bank winner. Because what happens is, say for a while, the women always cashed in either the same night or the next Raw every single time. Never gave it any length. You either are waiting forever for them to cash in, which it's eventually gets like, okay, hurry up and just have them cash in, or they cash in super fast, and then now you can't use that story at all for the next 8-10 months. You just eradicated that. But by having a continuing Money in the Bank winner, you can continually have that surprise of will they cash in at any point? You can also use it to build more stars. You can have more failed cash-ins. You can also have someone defend it like a title. Where like I'll defend my Money in the Bank.
Hey, that's a good hot take. To our audience, what do y'all think of these hot takes? 2022 worse than 2019, and we should always have a Money in the Bank. I agree with Damone's hot take there. Before we start aborting mission, Hi-Fi Mike, do you have a hot take for everybody?
No, I'm ready for bed.
Man, fuck this guy. Speaking of saying fuck this guy, let's get to our plug-a-roonies. So, Hi-Fi Mike, can we find you outside of here?
My bed.
Man, fuck this guy. Again, I got to say it twice this week. D-Money, what about you?
You can find me on all the social media bullshit. Even the stuff owned by that piece of human pus, Elon Musk, at D Money Book It. So D Money spelled out, Book It.
I'm gonna do the Elon Musk X jump just to trigger Damone. That shit looks so stupid. But Kenny's not here to talk about his 27 shows, so I'm gonna try my best. But he's got the Bad Guy Spoken podcast on YouTube's, and you can catch Hood movie review. You can also catch
In a gentrified Hug movie
I think
review.
that's it. I think that's all he does now.
those are the only shows right now. I know he's got more, right?
Yeah. Nope, that's it.
That's
Book
it
it,
right now.
or not the battle. They
Okay, he'll have more shows soon. We know Kenny.
Unbiased is gone, so
And Geek of the motherfucking Sheets is gone too.
yeah.
And Primetime Travie T's on literally everything. Oh, excuse me. I am Travie T, TRAVVY. Find him on, like, he's posted that account on some disturbing places. You'll find him wherever. And lastly, go to T1, spell out the word 3, media.com. And you can find our merchandise that's on literally everything. You can find cool logos of baby clothes and mugs and t-shirts and hoodies, as well as all those other shows as they arise and disappear, particularly Kenny's. With that said, that's been an episode of Book It. See ya.
Bye.